Hi friends, this video is discussing about explaining about a C++ program for solving simultaneous linear equations using Gauss elimination method. Before watching this video, please watch my video which is discussing the Gauss elimination method, and I am using the same example for explaining this program also. So let's start. First, include all the necessary files, IOStream, CMAP and namespace, etc. Then here I am dividing the entire program into 4 parts. First part is to form the augmented matrix, and second part is triangularization, and the third part is solve the variable using the substitution, and next part is the display. So let me start explain. See, from our example, I have used the equations as this, and here also I am using this equation for explanation purpose. See, first I wanted to know, in order to make the augmented matrix, I wanted to know how many equations are there. So first I asked the user, please enter the number of equations, and the number of equations is stored in the variable n. So here in our example, number of equations is 3, 1, 2, 3. So n will contain the value 3. User is entering the value 3 and n will contain the value 3. Next I want to get the coefficients values, and by using that coefficient values I am filling a matrix AM 2020. This is the matrix I have declared for making this augmented matrix, and this will be having how many rows will be there? The rows will be, number of rows will be the number of equations. Now the number of equations is 3. So it will be having 3 rows. So for I is equal to 0, I less than n, that is number of rows is n and I plus plus. So each time ask the user to enter each. First row is filled with the coefficient of the first equation, second row is filled with the coefficient of the second matrix, and third row is filled with the coefficient of third matrix. So each time starting the row, I have to ask the user to enter the corresponding coefficients including the constant. So constant is adding at the last column. So each time ask the user enter the I plus 1, that is I value is 0 first. So I need to print at the screen as enter the first equation. So I have used here I plus 1. So I plus 1 equation coefficient, so it has entered 2, 3, 5, 23, and the second equation, third equation. Each time I am taking the equation and stored in A of Mij. J value has to be start from 0, and how many columns will be there? I will be having columns which is equal to n plus 1, because the last column I am adding the constant value. So total I will be having n plus 1 columns and as well as n rows. So I value will start from 0 to n, and j value will start from 0 to n plus 1, since n plus 1 columns are there. Then C in Amij. After executing this matrix will get formed. AM will contain the values of the coefficients which I have entered. That it will be stored in this manner. That is AM of 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 1, 0. I think you will be knowing the indexing of two-dimensional array. So next is, now I have formed augmented matrix. Then I need to do the triangularization. Triangularization means, in triangularization what I will do, I will make this 3, 6 and 7 as 0. I have to make these values as 0. In order to make these values as 0, first I have to find a pivot row. First time pivot row is this, second time pivot row is this, and if I am having more and more rows, it will continue. So what I will do is, pivot, I will first select the pivot row, then I will make changes to the rows just remaining of the pivot rows, that is just below to the pivot row. If I am taking this as the first row, first pivot row, then I will make changes to this row as well as this row. So how many pivot rows I need to take is, how many number of, that is pivot row means I have to do the iteration, that is I have to make the changes in the rows as whatever, how many times I need to continue as in first row. Only first row I don't want to change, all other rows I need to make changes. That is n minus 1 rows are there, means n minus 1 times I need to continue the changing process. So that's why for I is equal to 0, k is equal to 0, k less than n minus 1, k plus plus. That is the number of iteration will be equal to n minus 1, number of rows minus 1, because we don't make any changes to the first row, we'll make changes to the remaining rows. So that's why k is equal to 0, k less than n minus 1, k plus plus. This is to select each rows, pivot rows. So what I have to do next is, I need to take the remaining rows for change. That is, if my pivot row is this row, the remaining rows next to that rows is the row I want to change. For that, this loop I am using. So I value will start from k plus 1. That is, 0th row is the pivot row, means k plus 1 first row will be first row, and second row I need to make change. If in the second iteration I will make the second row as the pivot row, so I have to make changes to the remaining rows of the second row. So the changing row will start from I plus 1, k plus 1. That is, if it is 1 means I have to start from 2. If it is 0 means I have to start from 1. That's why this loop will start from k plus 1, and this will end up to the remaining rows. That is number of rows. How many number of rows are there? Till now I need to continue the iteration. That's why I value with end with n. So I start with k plus 1 next to the pivot row and up to the end of the row. That is, n rows are there less than n I plus plus. Next step is I need to find the multiplier. Multiplier is the pivot element divided by the first element of the first row and first element of the first row in the first time. And my pivot element is from the second row, means the pivot element will be the 4, and I need to divide 4 divided by the element which is just below in the same column. I need to make change but in the next row. So that's why it is like multiplication factor is equal to, so always see, we will divide with the pivot element. Pivot element will be, if it is first row means 2 I will take, that is 0 0. Second row pivot row means I will take the pivot element as 1 1, that is this 4. That is, always take the pivot element as the diagonal element in that corresponding pivot row. So I will get pivot row as from k will be representing the which is the pivot row, and for getting the diagonal elements of in that row means kk I can take. So always divide it with kk, and divide first in the case in which value I want to find the fraction, means first I will do 3 by 2. If it is, this is the pivot element, 0 0 is the pivot element, means I will divide it with the element just below to that. Then see, here also I will divide 6 divided by 2. That is the element in the same column but in the next row. Here also, if it is 1 1 is taking as the pivot element, means I need to divide this with 7. That is, 7 is in the same column but in the next row. So the row count I will get from I, and column is I will get from k. That is why the row, that is, divide it with, that is aim of k by kk, divide it with in the ith row in the same column of your pivot element. So that's why it is am ik divided by am kk. That is, ik means if I am taking ith row means I need to divide it with 0 0 kk. So this 0 column will be same, so this will be k only. Then row means which row I want to make change, that I will get from I. So it is divided with ik, that is am ik divided by am kk. So next is what I have, after getting the multiplier, what I have to do is I have to do the operation R1 minus R0 into multiplier. R0 is the pivot row I am taking, that I'll get from k, and I'll make changes to the row that I will be from I'll get the row for which I want to make change. So aim of ij will be, see, if I want to make the changes to all the elements to this particular row, in order to get all the elements, that is 0 1 2 3 1 0 1 1 1 2 1 3, this column I need to change 0 1 2 3. For that only I am using this loop. this for loop, that is another for loop j will start from j is equal to 0 to number of columns till the end of the element I need to do, till the end of the column I need to make the change, that is j will be equal less than n plus 1 columns will be there, so j will be less than n plus 1 and j plus plus. Then what I have to do is I have to take each element of that corresponding row. That row I will get from I, and that column I will get from j. So a ij, so take the each element and minus what I have to do, take the pivot row. Pivot row I will get from k. Pivot row, that corresponding column. Pivot row, the same column, that is column I will get from j, that is kj into multiplication factor that I have already got. So this will be equal to am of ij equal to, that is 1 0 equal to am 0 0 into multiplication factor. So next time am11 will change to am11 minus am01 into multiplication factor. That is in the row which I am taking the changes, that is ith row I am going to change, so row will be equal to I, and for each time the column value will change using j, so 0 1 2 3, so take ij, and that is the variable I want to make change minus, and multiplication is done with the pivot row. Pivot row I will get from k, so k, the corresponding I need to iterate through kth row each element, that iteration we will done through j, so it is kj into mul. By applying this entire iteration, by completing the entire iteration, you will get the upper triangular matrix. That is here in this case, first k is equal to 0, I will be, that is taking pivot as this one 0th row and taking the next row by I is equal to 1. And after changing this row, after completing this process, I need to increment the value of I plus plus. So I value will be equal to, again it is equal to 2 for taking the next row, and next row also with the pivot 2 element I will do all the computations. After completing the computations, this element will equal to 0. So this will get n, because j is less than n plus 1 as the condition. Now the n value is, okay, the n is the condition. Now our n value is equal to 3. So whenever the value of I is equal to 3, it will the control will reach out of the loop and we will reach here. Then again the k increment will happen, then k value will be equal to 1. Then I start from k plus 1, that is if I am taking the pivot row as this, means I have to start from this. I will make changes to the row just below to that. So my I value will start from 2. So finding the multiplication factor will be the diagonal element of that pivot row, that is a11. Here it is am21, am11, that is the divider is am11, the dividend is the element which is just below to that. Below means the array which I have taken, that is I, that is 2, then the same column, that is 1. So am21 divided by a11 will be calculated. So I will get next multiplier, then I will make changes to the row, I to R2 is equal to R2 minus R1 into MUL. So this will get executed, so the value of this row will also get changed. After again the k value will get incremented to 2, but k less than n minus 1 is the condition. So when its value becomes 2, means the control will get out of the loop, since we are having only 3 rows. So after executing this loop, what will happen is we will got a upper triangular matrix. After getting the upper triangular matrix, we can solve it using the variable substitution. Here we all know we are using back substitution. So we will start from the last row. So from the last row, we will get the value of the last variable. Here the last variable is x2. Last column means whatever is the number of columns will be last column, last element means we are having n minus 1 rows and n columns, right? N minus 1. Since n rows will be there, but the indexing start from 0 to n minus 1. So am n minus 1 into n rows, n columns are there. So last column, last element will take, and which is divided with the element just before that. Just before that means in the same row, that is am n minus 1. And previous column, here the column is n, last column, the column just to the last column is n minus 1. So am n minus 1 n is divided with am n minus 1 n minus 1, that is 39 divided by 13. We will get the value of x2, that is we will get the value of last variable by executing this. After that, what I have to do is I have to find the value of all other variables. For finding the value of all other variables, what I have to do is I have to take each row each time, that is whatever remaining row till the first row. First row is 0 0. I have to take, that is that loop will start from j equal to n, I equal to n minus 2. N minus 2 means I will be having n minus 1 as the last row indexing. For getting the rows just above to that, n minus 2 is the initial value of I. I will start from this row, that is n minus 2, and I have to complete, means I have to run the iteration till the first row. First row indexing is 0, that is 0th row I need to continue the iteration. That's why I value which is greater than or equal to 0, that is till the first row, 0th row I need to continue the iteration. Then I minus. Then here what I will do is I will take the last element, I will take this row and take the last element minus, then then take the remaining diagonal element, then element next to the diagonal element, that is form the sum. That is here, see, if I want to solve x0, take 23, that is the last element. 23 minus, what I am doing here is 23 minus, then I have to form the sum of elements into its corresponding variable, that is 3 into x1 plus 5 into x2. I need to find the sum. Then 23 minus, I need to find the 23 minus this sum divided by this 2. That is what I am going to do here. That is, the dividing factor is always the diagonal element. See, here I am dividing it with 13. Here I am dividing it with minus 0.5. Here I am dividing it with 2. That is, dividing factor will be always the diagonal element of that corresponding row. Row I will get from I. So diagonal element of that corresponding row I will get from I. So dividing factor is always am of I. And I want to find the sum I need to find just after the diagonal elements. See, if my diagonal is 2, I need to find the sum of 3 into x1 plus 5 into x2. See, here diagonal element is this, so I need to find the sum minus 6.5 into x2 only. That is, there is no other elements are there in this matrix. So see, finding the sum equal to previous sum plus am of ij. See, this j value will start from I plus 1. I said, see, after the diagonal element I am taking the sum factor. So here start from 3. Here I am sum will start from minus 6.5, right? So j value will start from I plus 1 and j less than n. How many times I need to find the sum? Here 3 and 5 I need to find the sum. That is, how many columns are there? I have to find the sum till now. Till not up to that final column, that is final column I am taking for just subtracting factor, right? So I have to find the sum just before the final column, that is n minus 1 columns are there. Totally I am having n plus 1 columns, so n plus 1 minus 1 means n. So up to n columns I need to continue the sum iteration, right? So j value will start from I plus 1, that is which row I am taking, the diagonal element, the element next to the diagonal element, that is I row means I plus 1 I have to start. So j value will start from I plus 1 and j is less than n, that is the column just before the last column. So that's why j value is up to n, it will iterate, and j plus plus. Then how can I find the sum? Sum plus am of ij, ith column and ith row and jth column into multiply with same x day. Say a01, am01 I am taking here and I am multiplying it with x1. Here am02 I am taking, I am multiplying it with x2. That is here j, here j. That's why it is multiplied with x of j. Am of ij into x of j I will be doing. After getting all sum, that is here it is 3 into x1 plus 5 into x2 I will get from this sum. After what I have to do is I have to take the last element of that corresponding row. Row I will get from I value. From I value I will get the row and the last element will be the n because I am having totally n plus 1 columns and indexing will start from 0. So total last element column indexing will be n. So last element will be in, that is this 23 minus this sum, that is 3 into x1 plus 5 into x2, that is the sum, divided by diagonal element of that corresponding row, that is 2 am of ii. So after completing this iteration, I will get the value of x of 0 will contain the value of x0, x of 1 will contain the value of x1 and x of 2 will contain the value of x2 in this example. See, first the I value will be equal to n minus 2, n minus n is 3. So n minus 2 is 1, I will be equal to 1, j will be equal to 2. So first what will happen, I will start from this row, then take the sum. Sum means this row after the diagonal element only one element is remaining, that is 1 2. So 1 2 into the corresponding x2 will taken. So sum you will get this, that is minus 6.5 into 3 and take the last element of that column, that row, that is minus 20.5, that is m13 minus the sum value divided by the diagonal element of that corresponding row, that is am11 is 0.5. So you will get the value of x1 there. So next again I value is I minus, so I value 1 will become 0, 1 minus 1 0 and j will start from next to that, that is j equal to I plus 1, that is I plus 1 is 1 plus 1, that is 1. So what will happen, 3 into x1 will get, you will am01 plus into x1 you will get for the first iteration. Then again j value get incremented to 2, that is you need to get this value, that is 5 into x2 will get calculated and it will be added with the previous sum, so total sum will be equal to this. After this you will reach here, then I value is now here it is 0, so x of 0 will be equal to am of I value is 0, n is the last 0th column, last element, that is 23 minus sum you already calculated, sum divided by 2, that is am of 0 I value 0 here, 2 will happen. So after the entire iteration again the I value will be equal to n minus 2 minus 1, but here the condition fails, the loop control will exit from the loop and it will reach here. Now after executing this loop, all the entire x array will contain the values of your variable and we can print the variable. The last section is display the computed xi values. For displaying that we need to display the entire x array. X array indexing will start from 0 to n, that is totally we are having n variables, so 0 to n. So for I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus C out. I is means 0th element is 0 is x0 is xi value. Hope you so this is the program for implementing solution of simultaneous equations using Gauss elimination method. Hope you understand. Thank you.